How do you grow your own food? Well, you find a spot with some sun. I'm not really an expert on this. I've been growing food for years. Maybe I'll just tell you my experience versus how to do it. Read the packets, it'll tell you when to sow. It'll tell you when you can reap. It'll tell you the row spacing and how deep to plant them. You want to water at least once a week, but if it's hot, you could water it daily. But again, I'm not really an expert on watering. I'm just kind of trial and error over the years. Yeah, I worked on an organic garden, living in a teepee for a summer, which was one of the best, most beautiful experiences in my entire life. And this year is my first year where I'm actually super excited to grow again. So definitely planted my kale this morning, and yeah, just walking my dog. And it's a ripple effect. When people see you grow food, they want to grow food because it's so much fun. I'm like out front talking to my neighbors like, hey, we live in an apartment, can we do a fundraiser so we can like plant some flowers, maybe buy some dirt for the planters. And just got out there today and started pulling weeds. And this is the first time in years that I got really excited about gardening. And it's the simplest thing. And you know what? I had this really cool dream, as I often do. It guides me. And what was really cool was like, in my dream, I just planted one row in my beautiful backyard garden. And I said, I'm just going to keep this one row in front of house 3333 right now. Auspicious angel numbers. But yeah, what's super cool in the dream is like I only planted one row because I knew that I wanted to live simple and create a garden I could take care of. So it could expand, and then I even had confirmation after that. Crossing the road with my dog. And a lady that was doing some work with us has some beautiful tattoos, and maybe she's watching this, so thank you for your light on the situation. I loved it so much, and her tattoo was all about, getting back to the garden and living simple and staying grounded on this earth and not being stuck all the time in that outer space world of thought, not connected to the earth, not connected to the people and the land. And really, like, one of the best ways to come back down to earth and share this experience with others rather than just yourself in your own head is to go in your garden. I started with just a few weeds a day, one row of weeds, one little row, and then I would miss a couple days, and then I would do it again, and then eventually I just planted a row of kale. I'm hoping it's not too early to plant kale. Maybe it is, but let's see how it goes. And it's literally like one little row. I can water that, right? I don't have to worry about watering the whole garden right away. Besides, the hose isn't even out. Our late apartment hasn't put the hose out yet. And that's sustainable for me, I think, And then we can plant some more in a bit, me and my partner. This is my first time in my life having a partner that wants to plant a garden. And you know what? Gardens teach us so much, because it's like, what are we going to harvest this year? Well, I'm going to harvest kale. And people will be like, well, how do you know you're going to harvest kale? And I'll be like, well, because I planted it, So those seeds that we plant in our lives, those dreams that we plant, that we nourish, consistently. And I'm still learning that, What does it mean to pick purpose and stick with it? What does it mean to pick a hobby and stick with it? That's so hard for me. It's so hard. I have an amazing partner, job, friends, family, purpose. But in the end, right now my battle is, how do I fill my free time with meaningful things? So here I am making a YouTube video about it, hoping that this will be a part of that, to share tips with people, wisdom and love and guidance, for all the people and mentors that did that for me. And some of my favorite mentors are those that would work in the garden, including my mom and grandma, and Alex and Susanna, and many others. And not every piece of land is ideal for certain plants, right? So if you go out and you buy a piece of land outside the city, you're probably going to want to hire a permaculture person, say from Verge Permaculture consultations and stuff. So before you buy the land, because a lot of people buy the land and then they hire somebody, and they find out they bought the wrong piece of land. That's sad, but that being said, that's definitely one of my dreams. So if you guys can please just keep watching my channel and comment and like, and follow and support me, because we really want to create a conscious community on the land with friends, grow our own food, become healers, teachers, expand the consciousness. And that's what we need to get back to, is coming back to a place of harmony with the earth, with the people around us, contributing in a peaceful, beautiful, natural way. And when we actually nurture and take care of the land, even if it's the tiniest little garden like ours in the backyard, where we grow raspberries and strawberries and rhubarb, this garden is so tiny, but it's so beautiful. It's my sacred, healing, peaceful place that I can go and watch grow. And we learn that the garden teaches us how to grow. And growing can be painful. It takes hard work. It can be frustrating. We can doubt all the time, But as long as we're putting the work in, the inner work to heal and the outer work to serve, we will grow something beautiful. And there's so many weeds that come up in our hearts that we need to tend to, that we need to pull on a daily basis. That's things that don't serve us. That's habits that are destroying our free time. That time is meant to be used constructively. I'm still learning this. That time, the girl Luna, every time she looks back at me on a walk, which is not often, I treat her. Good. And so, nature is the real world. Technology, we're surrounded by fake news, fake advertising, fake media. Yes, some of the stuff has value. Yes, it's good to stay in touch and up to date with current events. I don't watch the news a whole lot, but when I do, with my partner, I love it. Updates from the government and stuff. But what I'm saying is what do they teach us, What are they teaching us on the news? It's almost like they want us to be afraid so that they can lock us up and keep us on this rat race, hamster wheel of work, sleep, TV, consume. And then there's so much more than that, you guys. Get outside, Get outside. Go for a walk, go for a hike. That's real. working all day in a job that doesn't nourish your soul. Like, yes, we need those people. We need all kinds of people. We need, and we appreciate you. But there comes a time in life where our soul tells us we need something more. We need to dig deeper. We need to open our hearts and realize all of the love available to us. And when we find a way to be creative, there's so many ways to be creative, then we find what we came here for. We are meant to be creative, all of us. We are all given gifts. Some people love to write, some people love art, some people love music, some people podcasts, some people, the list is like infinite, you guys. And when you create something new, the whole universe expands, right? Advertising, they want us to like just buy. They want us to look sexy and look underweight and own the newest, fanciest phones and cars, buy the most expensive name brand clothes, all for what? Why? Like, have you actually stopped to think why? Are you constantly going shopping for new clothes? Are you constantly looking to fill that void with things rather than meaningful experiences? Are you just numbing yourself with junk food? I do that sometimes. Are you just like bored and tired? You know what? There is a better way. So go out there and find it, because it's available to all of us. Be the better way and teach it. We need you. The world needs you.